Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So a very short sharing today. The topic that I have put there is a good. How can we consider a good contribution to knowledge? Because the reason why we do research is because we want to offer a solution to a problem or a solution to improve something. Therefore, how can we consider the contribution to knowledge that we have achieved, that we have proposed, the solution that we have proposed, it is a good and a good contribution to knowledge. So how can we measure that, or how we can consider that? So basically, this is part of partial of achieving a credible research work. So in order to achieve a credible research work, we must ensure that the research that we done should accomplish the reliability, the validity, and the generalizability in research. I'm not going to discuss details on the validity, reliability, and generalizability. I just want to share it's kind of minimum understanding how can we look at a contribution to knowledge and we consider it is good enough for the researcher to come out with such contribution. So basically I will list to this minimum three, which is because when we talk about contribution to knowledge, it is important that the researcher to make sure that the contribution can be referred by other people or other author or other researcher, because if other people or other researcher couldn't refer to your output, your contribution, whatever you have shared that you consider as your output from your finding, if other people cannot refer or cannot relate to whatever that you have contributed, so therefore that's mean your output has not been generalized in any way. It could be generalization in a small tiny part, or it can be in larger part. As long it can be generalized, although it's just a small tiny part, that show that you have contribute your knowledge to others, so others can refer to your knowledge. So it's considered one tick as a good contribution to knowledge. And if somebody or other researcher can refer and use your result or your outcome, your finding, your contribution, the first I said, so therefore that's mean you can generalize your finding to others, and that show that that prove that another researcher or other people can replicate. In qualitative we call it replicate, or maybe in quantitative or science or in experiment we call it repetitive. So in qualitative we call it replicative, replicate. In scientist or experiment or quantitative we call it as repetitive. So if other people can repeat or replicate your finding, if not or your contribution, if not all, partly, tiny, small, it's also considered a good contribution to knowledge. So that's all the minimum two. So which is at least to show your contribution to knowledge can be benefit by other people. Okay, so generalization and replicating or repetitive. Okay, that's all for today. Anyway, for those who want to join online clinic on case study design step by step, you still have time to do so, because the clinic will be tonight for 2 hours. It's online clinic, just 50 ringgit. So I will share about the design of case study, what is single, what is multiple, how you consider as holistic case study, how you consider as abandoned case study, how you develop a unit of analysis, why unit of analysis it's very important before you decide to collect data and analyze data, and how to come up with a case study protocol, and how to do the case screening if you decide to choose any organization or individual or person as your case study. So that thing will be discussed tonight. So if you would like to join, you still have time to do so. So just leave your email or phone number, so my team will contact you later. Alright, Assalamualaikum.